it's your soup lady, Caroline, right here, and I'm gonna show you today my classic lentil soup. I wanted to challenge myself. This is in my second soup book called Seconds. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could make just like the blank canvas classic lentil soup. It's really, really simple. I just wanted to make kind of a go-to recipe, you know? So it just has the classic onion, celery, carrot. I smashed some garlic cloves with the backside of my knife, a small bunch of thyme, a fresh bay leaf, and actually a lot of the flavor comes from a couple tablespoons of Dijon mustard. So I can't wait to show it to you. All right, so to this hot oil, I'm going to add my chopped onion, my chopped carrot, my smashed garlic cloves. So again, you just peel the garlic cloves, lay them as flat as you can on a surface, and then you just put the flat side of your knife on it with the blade facing away from you, and you just smash it with your hand. So those go in and they stay nice and chunky enough so that they can be sort of sauteed along with the chopped onion. And this is our celery. We're just gonna season that with some salt and pepper. And give it a nice good stir. And this is a pretty significant amount of oil too. You might be like, half a cup. I could just use 2 tablespoons. But the reality is there's it's one of the places that the flavor comes from. There's so few ingredients in this recipe. So just go with it. See what you think. So we're just sauteing this until the onion is nice and tender and everything is just clear and glossy. All right, so now we're at the spot. Everything's all tender and delicious looking, glossy. I can still hear that sizzle. So this is 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. It just adds kind of a nice zing. It gives just kind of a base flavor that still feels really versatile, but it's very tasty. So I'm just gonna stir that in. And I love making lentil soup because you don't have to soak them. This is just a pound of ground lentils. And then I'm gonna add a fresh bay leaf and a small bunch of thyme and a whole bunch of water. There we go, I'm just stirring it all together to make sure there's nothing kind of on the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna season it with some salt because we just, added all that water. And I'll check the pepper at the end. But what I'm gonna do now is just bring this to a boil, and then I reduce it to a simmer until the lentils are cooked. And then at that point, I check the thickness of the soup, and then you can adjust it by cooking it further or just leaving it as it is if you like a good brothy soup. All right, so this had been simmering for about an hour. The lentils were tender, so I turned it down, and then I simmered it a little bit more just to make it this nice, creamy, thick consistency. And so now we're at the point of me tasting it. I finish all of my soups with acid if you haven't, or most of them, if you haven't noticed yet, and this one's no exception. You could finish it with lemon juice if that's your jam, because that would go nicely with the Dijon and the herbs and things, but I use cider vinegar because it's just sort of my go-to. I hadn't done that yet, so it definitely needs it. I start with about 2 tablespoons, but really it's to taste. Use a little salt and pepper. It's really important to do that at the end of every soup. The factors I'm looking for are the consistency of the soup, if that meets your, interest and needs, and then the flavors, which I always, again, it's acid, salt, and sometimes pepper, not always. A+. All right, let's get a bowl. And this is one that you could totally finish with some herbs, chopped herbs, roasted vegetables. I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to make kind of a blank canvas of a soup. I'm gonna finish mine with a little extra olive oil just because I love that. And maybe a little pinch of pepper, because why not? I'm gonna give it a taste. This fancy, fancy bowl of basic lentil soup. Delicious. So good. Paired with some sliced apple and a simple salad, or some cheese if you eat cheese. This would be very, very delicious, like big lunch or like simple dinner. This recipe is my classic lentil soup. It's on page 18 of my Seconds cookbook, which just recently won an award. Who knew? I'm so excited to share it with you, and I'm so happy that you followed here. Please hit like and subscribe. I hope to see you next week, and in the meantime, follow me at Slurp Soup Club on Instagram. I'll see you out there.